I would defend to the death his right to do everything he does. The thing that I find unusual, and it's not a criticism so much, but his targets are underdogs. And comedy traditionally has picked on people in power.
Here's comedian George Carlin many years ago talking about the comedian here, Andrew Dice Clay.
And they're always on parade. They march up and down the street with T-shirts and flags. I want money for AIDS disease. Beautiful. I want money for a new car. I ain't marching up and down the street.
People who abuse their power. Women and gays and immigrants are kind of, to my way of thinking, underdogs.
Even though this was long ago, it's amazing that the groups Carlin talks about are still targets today. But who are these people laughing at the comedian punching down instead of up?
And, he ought to be careful because he's Jewish. And a lot of the people who want to pick on these kind of groups, the Jews are on that list a little further. You got women, gays, gypsies, blah, 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 and then suddenly you find Jews. And
suddenly Andrew's arrested.
Yeah, so, obviously he should do what he wants. And
why does he get away with it, do you think, then? Well, we have never laughed at jokes about the poor.
He's appealing. I think he's appealing largely. I think his core audience are young white males who are threatened by these groups. I think a lot of these guys aren't sure of their manhood because that's a problem when you're going through adolescence. Could I be? I hope I'm not one of them. And the women who assert themselves and are competent are a threat to these men, and so are immigrants in terms of jobs and
so that's why we as an audience then will laugh.
You say we, I don't think you're
no.
But I think you're
collective we.
I think that's what is at the core of that experience that takes place in these arenas. Is a certain, a sharing of anger and rage at these targets. And I'm sure Andrew isn't that angry at them. I'm sure he's playing it as a comic.
Click here for George Carlin on Idiots.